Okay, Dave and Vern, initially I have to ask, the constellation Mini-Me and Darth Vader, why?
It's very unusual, isn't it? You have to thank the organisers of this convention for getting the two of us together. We've actually worked together once before in England, but Vern doesn't remember meeting me, unfortunately. Yeah.
There was a lot of people, and you know, a lot of people blend in.
Vern, you've traveled quite some time around Sweden now. What are your main impressions?
It's a beautiful country. I just wish I would have been here when it was warmer. Doing the show Welcome to Sweden was just a good experience, and got a chance to, you know, experience your culture.
Us Swedes, myself included, are always very fascinated by how foreigners, how we are... yeah, exactly. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think everybody wants to see what other people think of them, and I think Sweden's a great country, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to come and visit.
And this weekend at the SciFi fair, what are your expectations?
I'm just hoping that we see lots and lots of people. That's the main thing. And we'll all have fun. I mean, it's going to be a great fun convention, because there's not only us two. There's two other artists appearing with us, you know. So as I said, we just sit down and we meet people and have photographs taken with people and with all the fans. It's a sort of family occasion. It's a great place for, you know, parents to come and bring the kids along, and for, you know, for enthusiasts like Star Wars enthusiasts, or whether you're interested in Lost, or whether you're interested in the films that Vern's done. I mean, it's a wonderful occasion for everybody.
Dave, I'm gonna reflection over your career. You're definitely most known for the character Darth Vader, but you've actually produced over 50 movies.
Ooh, so 27 actually.
27. Okay, I had a boring information.
Different movies, but I mean, really have had a wonderful career. We went from bodybuilding to then I became the British heavyweight weightlifting champion. Then I went into the films and television, where I had 3 gymnasiums in London, 3 health studios, trained lots and lots of famous people. Trained Christopher Reeve for Superman, Daniel Day-Lewis for Last of the Mohicans, and things like this, you know. And then as I've gone into, you know, went into the film and television business, and I met some wonderful people and worked with some wonderful people. I mean, I worked with people like Stanley Kubrick, and I worked with Russ Meyer, and I worked with George Lucas, and, you know, lots of really good, you know, people. It's nice to have them on my resume, like, you know. And then you know, I was honoured by the Queen for my services to road safety in Great Britain, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is a great friend of mine. Like, we used to go around together years ago, and he helped me just recently when I needed a work permit for America. And I mean, it's really has been a great career.
But I've been thinking about one thing, going into the character, or actually auditioning for the character of Darth Vader. What were the criteria? Because you don't see your face, you don't hear your voice.
Well, actually, I did an audition, actually, not for the part. I got a phone call from the managing director of 20th Century Fox, saying he had a guy up in his office called George Lucas who wanted to see me, and it turns out George Lucas had seen me in a film called Clockwork Orange, Stanley Kubrick's Clockwork Orange. And he'd seen me in the film in 1971 and remembered me right through until 1976. Came to London and was casting for Star Wars, and just rang up and said, look, you know, could I go and see him? And I went to see him, and he said, well, I'm doing this film called Star Wars, and I'd like to offer you one of 2 parts in the movie. And I said, well, what are the 2 parts? He said, well, the first part is a character called Chewbacca. I said, what in the hell's Chewbacca? And he said, it's like a hairy gorilla. And I said, no, you can keep that one. You can keep that one, George. And I said, what's the other one? And he said, well, it's the big villain of the film, a character called Darth Vader. And I said, don't say any more, George, I'll have the villain. And he said, well, tell me for why. And I said, well, if you think back on all the films that you've ever seen where there are goodies and baddies, I said, you always remember the baddie. I mean, it's like Vern's film. You always remember Vern from the film he did, because he was the baddie in the movie. And it's like you remember all the James Bond villains. I mean, you remember people like Dr. No in Oddjob and Goldfinger and Scaramanga and all these people. But you tell me who played James Bond in the movie. You know? And George said to me, he said, I think you made a very wise decision. He said, because nobody will ever forget Darth Vader. And here we are, 30 years later.
Vern, we're not going to take up much more of your time because I know you're on your way to hit the nightlife of Gothenburg. What do you consider the most differences between going out here in Gothenburg or here in Sweden than in America?
Oh, what makes you think I'm going to go out? Just an impression you got?
I heard the rumors.
Yeah, the rumors. No, I'm going to try to experience it. I don't know what it's like yet, but all the other places in Stockholm and, Mora, sailing, going skiing, dog sledding. I've experienced a lot since the show. So now I get to experience Gothenburg.
Do you have any oncoming TV projects?
I got a couple films that are going to be coming out. A film called Postal, and then another one called College, kind of like a National Lampoon's meets American Pie.
Okay, well, lots of luck. Thank you so much for taking your time, and may the force be with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.